Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest in the building on the Just Act Up show. Been trying to get this lady in here for quite some time. Round of applause for Tabetha Mcneal. Yes. Yeah. Tabitha, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good. I love the background you got right there and the headphones to match.
Gotta be ready at all times.
Yeah. Hey, I know you always ready, Tab.
Mhm.
Always. I love it. Let me see. So let me see if I get all the titles right. So voiceover
Okay.
artist,
Yes.
actress,
Uh-huh.
theater,
Yes.
writer, and storyteller.
Yeah. Okay. You got my whole list.
Hey man, we gotta come ready. We gotta come ready.
Hey,
We
Ron.
gotta come ready.
We be
So yeah, before we get this interview started though, I want to ask you the scripture, Jeremiah 29:11.
Mhm.
What does that mean to you?
Ooh. It really just means like God's got my back through
Mm,
anything. Especially because I'm the type of person that's like, I may not have the credits, I may not have the knowledge, I may not have the things that other people seek when they go into this industry. But it's like, hey, God's got my back. I'm gonna be really good. Everything works out. And if it doesn't, then He's still got my back. And so I hold strong to that particular passage because it's just like literally. He's right behind me through everything that I go through. So even if I feel unqualified, I'm qualified by him.
ooh,
That's
you
it.
dropping the whole
I know.
word. Oh,
yeah. Start
already.
writing them
Not
down.
even Sunday, but that's just how I feel.
I love it, man. I
Mhm.
love it.
What's up? That's what's up. So let's go ahead and get into it. So when did you become obsessed with the art of acting?
Man, I think always since I was a little kid, my mom would, put me in like church plays and I was the tree or the star or whatever. And I kind of got that bug of like, oh snap, this is something that people make money from. And also my mom would watch like all the old school black TV shows. So I was watching like Amen, Living Single, Smart Guy all throughout my childhood. And it's like, yo, these people going to college and they're smart and they're actors and they're comedians and they do improv. And as I got older, that bug became a little bit stronger to be like, this is something I can actually make money from, and it's profitable. And like, Denzel says, go buy your mama a house. And I'm like, I'm gonna go buy my mama a house and do all of these things. So I got the bug very like early on. And when I was born, people were like, you have such a like dramatic face. I was like, what's
Mm.
that mean? But they were like, no, like you should put her in the arts or something. And I was always drawing or something creative, right? Where it was like maybe I was doing poetry or writing songs for my friends, whatever it was. I was just always in the arts. And my mom plays piano and my family's pretty artsy. So kind of born into it, but kind of found my own lane.
Nice. Talented family. Talented family. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I love that, man. I love that. So we know that you do voiceovers. We know that's the bread and butter right there. But
Yes.
can you remember the first character voice that you could imitate? Like any famous characters that we know, like a Bugs Bunny or anything like that? Or who was
No,
the first that you could imitate?
nobody.
Nobody. Really?
Nobody. I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, maybe like the SpongeBob laugh, but nobody like I was like, oh, I can sound just like this person. It was actually for me just working with children. So I would imitate them. And like, oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like the little girl that gets on my nerves all the time, or the boy who like always asks me for a juice box. So I would imitate more of the kids because I wasn't super
Mm.
like authoritative. I wasn't gonna yell at you, I'm not your mama. But I would do voices and they would listen
Yeah.
like, yo, let's guys get in a line. They're like, she gets that out of her son. And so then they would follow me. And I'm like, oh, this is how I connect with children. If I kind of go on their level and talk like them, they listen.
That's dope, man. So
Right?
who's some of your favorites that you can remember from your childhood?
My kids?
Like, well, as far as like cartoons or
Oh, cartoons, man.
yeah.
Obviously SpongeBob.
Okay.
um, this is super old, but like the turtle from Franklin, like Franklin the turtle. Was
Okay.
was my
Yeah.
friend. Little Bear, because I really thought he was real. Little Bear was my homie. And
Yeah.
another one is like Roly Poly Oly. like the whole
Oh
family.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
nice.
that's it. That
That's
is
a nice
so
list.
old.
No, it's cool. Nah, hey, people need to know about these cartoons because these are the cartoons that help pave the way for others to get into this, and we always go back to see other voiceover artists who got started. So no, ain't nothing old about. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So now we know that you're a writer, right?
Mhm.
And so, what's your favorite genre to write?
Comedy. So when I was doing improv for a couple of years, we kind of got into sketch comedy, and I was like, "Oh, this is stupid." Like at first, I really thought it was dumb because I just wanted to do improv, and they're like, "No, we're going to start writing sketches." And so I wrote a couple of sketches. I was like, "Oh wait, I'm actually funny. Like I'm really funny." And this is, I think I just write like real scenarios or things that happen to myself and write them into a script for comedy. So comedy has become a huge writing kind of format for me. It's a beloved one because, like I said, I grew up with all of these sitcom shows, and so I was like, "Oh, these are so funny!" Like Amen, and like there's
Hmm.
another one. There's Mama's House, which is super super funny. When you watch those old
Yeah,
shows, they're hilarious still now to this day. So I want to be a writer just like that, where it's timeless.
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
TGI Fridays was like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Just good wholesome television, man.
Yeah.
Yes, good stuff.
It really was. It was an era. I'm sorry for kids. I'm sorry for the ones who are looking at like, what is TGI Friday? Oh, go back on Hulu and
Right.
Netflix and
What's the
look up
Earth?
some of these shows because yeah, the Urkel, yeah, dude,
Yes.
it's good wholesome television, man.
We're
Oh
families,
man,
we're families.
yes. We sit down at the table and we
Love.
have dinners and meals.
Family mattered.
Oh, come on. Yes, family matters.
It's a rare condition in this day. We about to have fun with Tabs,
See,
man.
we don't get that. We don't get no good old Southern music and no toes anymore. Like,
Right.
good quality TV. But that's the kind of writer that I would love to be, where people can watch it to this day and be like, yo, that was still a really good show. There's a reason why we can still watch Martin and be like, no, this is hilarious.
Yes.
So
I agree.
I agree. I agree. So going back to the voiceover, have you met any well-known voiceover artists?
mm, not in person.
Really? Okay, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
not in person.
Who have you spoken to?
I'm forgetting his name right now, but he
Mhm.
was the voice of Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z.
Ah,
And I was like, yo, you are my childhood. Like, I didn't want to be a fangirl, but I was just like, do you know for me
Trevor.
you're black? Like, yeah, I was like, so many things. But yeah, we were getting a project together, and he's just such a chill person. But I was like,
Hmm.
you are my childhood. I just hope you know that. But you know, we're professionals, so I just gotta sit there
Right.
and smile. But yeah, that's been kind of like the only person I've met on like a bigger scale. I would love to meet obviously man, what's her name? Because now it's escaping me. She's black,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
Cree
Cree
Summer.
Summer.
Yes, I would love to meet Cree Summer. There we go.
I think all of us would love. We would probably,
Mhm.
I don't know, nerd out if we
Oh
meet.
no, I will. I'll cry.
Out. Yeah, like
I'll
I
cry.
think. Yeah, I think for her, I think she is on that list of people that I say I'm going to bow to you when I
Mhm.
meet you. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm like your
You were
Majesty. I
literally
don't know.
everything. I literally, like, you grew me up. I have a
Yeah,
whole family and a mama, but like you raised me.
straight up.
You raised.
So let's talk about you know, you have experience on stage. So what's the difference one between just acting in front of the camera or behind or doing voiceovers to transition into being on stage, and how do you prepare yourself?
Yeah, so I started with doing stage, right? So um For me, the transition was a little bit easier because stage is so big, right? You need to reach the people that's all the way in the nosebleeds. So it's super expressive. So transitioning from stage to voiceover is actually the same thing. I still need to be even maybe a little bit more expressive because you're not seeing me on the camera, right? You're seeing an animated version of what I could look like, whether it's a 7-year-old kid or a 90-year-old woman. Like, whatever range that may be, I still need to give you emotions. I still need to give you presence, and I still need to make you feel something. So not a big transition. If anything, I just get to, be in my pajamas and not have to be in a costume. But it's a super, super easy transition. That's why I teach people, if you're already an actor, voiceover is so easy to get into because it's really just now honing all the skills that you've already learned previously and now putting that into a, small confined space and letting that all out through a microphone. Yeah.
Cool.
Love it. Love it. I know Chris hasn't got on that stage just yet. Oh wait, Chris, you was a theater kid back then, weren't you? Or you?
I was a drama kid, drama club.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference between a drama kid and a theater kid.
Yeah.
A difference.
Yes.
But
yeah.
it's literally the same thing, but a theater kid is like, we'll buy the Broadway recording and listen to it all the way through like 18 times. A drama kid is like, I'm here for the acting. I just want to be on film and TV, and like theater trash.
Yeah, it is different, man. When you get in that theater, it's a whole like. I think it's like when I got into college, I finally got in the theater, and it was just different because you get that raw reaction right there, and it's something that I tell everybody that they have to experience for themselves to get to understand where that bug really hits you. And it's once you get the lines down, you have so much fun with it, with improv, everything. You just have so much fun. It's just something about it that you just got to experience.
Yeah. I mean, TV and film is, do a couple of takes, you go home. Theater is like, hey, it's tech week. We're all about to be a family today. And, you're getting cussed out, yelled at, all of that. And then opening day, it's like, yo, we did it. We're all here. And like you said, it's that raw reaction where, your friends, your family are like, I finally get to see this person act and I'm right in front of them. I think for TV and film, we still feel something. We can still cry and have emotions, but I can't kind of like touch them. But there on the stage, it feels like you're literally right there with them and you feel every emotion. And again, it's broader, so you have to reach everyone in the back. So those tears are real. Like you really got to start screaming and yelling. That's like the scene with Viola Davis and Denzel doing Fences, right? That entire team where she is snotting and crying. If you see that from the movie to her on stage, it's an entirely different vibe. And I think that's the cool thing about stage to TV.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Totally agree with you. You have a now you do have a certain story about Miss Ava DuVernay. You told me this story before.
I do.
But the audience wants to know about it. Could you please share, please?
Sure. So if y'all miss Clubhouse, I don't know what to say. Like, I just feel like we'll never get that back. But
oh my God. Yeah.
Never. Because we ain't what a time. So me and a couple of my friends, we were on Clubhouse. It wasn't super late at night, but it was kind of late. And we were just talking. We were doing one of our, I think we had actors meet up and then we would go and talk. And so random stuff, talking about acting stuff, our gripes, what's going on. And then we started to get on the subject of Tyler Perry, as people do. And we're just talking, whatever, wigs, all that stuff, right? And then I think we got to the subject of Ava. And I was like, I should make a group. we should make a group. If she comes, she comes, she don't, whatever. And literally I was like, cool, bet, I'll be right back. And so I left and they were still in the room. And I made a room called the Ava DuVernay Collective. And I tweeted at her. Mind you, I don't really use Twitter. This lady don't know me from nobody. And I was just like, hey, you should come. That's it. You should come. And I tagged her. And so now we're in the Clubhouse room and nobody's there but us. So if you know anything about Clubhouse, people are at the top, audience is at the bottom, right?
Right.
So we get heavy on like Tyler Perry wigs. I don't know what was going on, but we were just like, they look like
They bothered our spirit.
no, it just we were going in, and then all of a sudden, like we are heavy into it. And at the bottom of the corner, it's like, bloop, and it says Ava, and we get deathly silent. Oh, and so me, I'm just like, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, no, this lady did not just see my tweet. And so we're calm, right? Other people in the chat, like, you should come up. I think I'm muted at this point because I'm freaking out and I don't want to scream. And they're like, you should come up. And she's like, hey, I saw the room, like, I saw that Tabetha like tagged me on Twitter. And obviously, when you see somebody like Ava come into a Clubhouse room that is now public, everybody and their mom was like, and it just goes up. And I'm just like, this lady is here. She know my name, and she said it correctly. She really for the people. And so now all of these people start showing up. And mind you, she's taking a break. I don't know what this lady was writing at the time, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm just taking a break to come and talk to you guys. And so when everyone was coming into the room, she was like, hey, I just want to make sure that like, this is not a room that I created. Tabetha created it. And I just came. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, she know me. And then like, I think later on she like followed me on Twitter, and I was like, she know me. But so many more people came through that night, like Lakeith Stanfield, her brother, Ava's brother came in. So many amazing people that love Ava and got to ask questions and like had that kind of like one-on-one time. And again, it's me having the audacity and faith to be like, I'm gonna try it. Let's do it. Like, whatever. I did not know that she was going to come in there and like she was getting prayed for. And it was just like, you never know what someone's going to. Like, we see her as this amazing and great person. And yet in this random moment of talking about Tyler Perry wigs and just saying, yeah, let's do it. She's like, hey, I needed that today. And so I think that's such a story that I love to go back to, because it really teaches me, like, if you don't just try, sis, you never know who's going to see you. I don't know where, you know, that random Twitter follow from her is going to catch me up in a couple of years or even a couple of months. We just never know. But to get to have that connection and uplift her in such a way that night was amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. We say that all the time on the show, that, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah. You just gotta put it out there. You never know.
And you know, if we start off with Tyler Perry wigs, it may happen. I don't know what was going on that day, but like
hanging all over my eye like the Ray J hat.
But no, start off with that, and it might work.
Let's talk about, because we always talk about, you know, they say speaking into existence, right? So, what can you see yourself, or what are some dream roles or shows that you would like to be a part of in the future?
Man, so many. I'm a huge dreamer. So anything that has to do with like the greats, right? Or anybody with Viola Davis, Denzel, Angela Bassett, I would love to work with them in any capacity. I don't care if it's voiceover or TV and film. Obviously, your girl want to book Grey's Anatomy. I could be a victim. I'm not trying to be a nurse. I don't do the big words. I hate the big words in voiceover. So why would I do it on TV and film? But I just, you know, just a little what too. Let me be somebody's adopted kid or something. I just want to have one role. And that's the same thing with Law and Order. Like, I just want to hear the ta-da and then have my grandma watch it. And that's it. I don't need to be there long. Right. But I definitely see myself in the future, hopefully just working with Spike Lee. I think he's an amazing filmmaker. He's definitely one of my favorites. And just working on projects that mean something. That's it. Like, I'm not a big person. Like, I need to be on certain shows. I just want to do really, really good work and make people feel a type of way. I would love to work with Ava because I think she makes movies that make you feel something and make you think a little bit differently. It's cool to have like the trash movies, but it's also, I want substance. The amount of work I think we put in as actors is like, nah, we just need a little bit more. We need something that I want to make you cry throughout the entire movie or make you laugh or whatever that is. But Yeah, substance and just telling really, really good stories. That's all.
I agree. I
Mhm.
wholeheartedly. Full on words today, man. Come on,
Yeah,
Tab.
because shows are getting canceled every day. So I can't say like, oh my gosh, I want to be on this show when tomorrow it could get canceled. But yeah, good stories. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And before I ask you this next question,
Mhm.
I know you like it was one post you did where you had all your characters on a post.
Yeah.
Do you keep count? I mean, I know you got to keep count because you
Yeah.
know your resume and everything. How many have you done so far? Do you know off the top of your head?
Mm, it's more than 50 now, I think.
Oh
Come
wow.
Yeah.
on, girl.
And that's crazy, kind of coming from like me just starting maybe just a year ago
Mhm.
and be like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I booked a whole bunch. But like I said, it's really just my acting going into my voiceover. That's all.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Love it, love it, love it. So let me ask you this right here. So you have a very helpful spirit. You know, we see you posting saying, "Hey, join in on this class. I'm gonna help you out for
Yeah.
this amount, that amount, or whatever." Um, if what other ways would you give back besides voiceover? Have you ever thought about that? Like, what ways you would give back to the
I
community?
have, which basically we're in the works of it now, but me and a friend of mine, we're doing a showcase to highlight actors who we feel like haven't gotten their shot. So I love to help in that way. I feel like underrepresented actors who I know for a fact are amazing and haven't
Yeah.
gotten their shot just pisses me off. Because,
Mm,
there are people who are like, I just got out of whatever, and then now they're a series regular, and it's like not that you have to put in a certain amount of work to get the stuff right, but
right.
I know that the friends that I have around me are amazing. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like if they just got the shot, they would change the world. And so we are doing a showcase together to showcase actors and writers who are unrepresented or haven't even gotten their chance. So that's my way of giving back. I would love to do more if I had the money. I'm
Yeah.
huge on just making sure that people have the right resources because I think that's what most actors just want. That's why I started Actors Meetup on Clubhouse. I didn't have the credits. I didn't know all the people that came into the room. First of all, I was like, who are these people? Because I'm just from Virginia. And people had to really school me and be like, no, this is so and so. And I'm like, oh, I've never heard of them at all in my life. So how can
Mm,
I connect with those people and bring it to people here in Virginia or bring it to smaller places where we don't have a hugely crafted arts, development program where we actually help those actors get out of these small towns and flourish. So yeah, if I really and truly, if I had $1 million today, I would know exactly what to do with it to help other people. But at the
mm.
moment, we're doing some voiceover classes and doing a showcase. So it's getting way bigger than I thought it ever would be. But I'm super blessed to be able to be like, hey, I can be a resource to people, even if you ask me a question, because you can message me anytime and be like, hey, I got a question on voiceover, and I'm always there. So
Yeah.
sometimes
Gotcha.
it's free, sometimes it costs money, but it just depends on where my heart is at the moment.
Well,
Mm. Amen.
while you have the platform right now, go ahead and tell our audience about if they want to come sign up for your classes. You can go ahead and promote
Yeah.
the class.
Yeah, so I'm a voiceover coach. I teach other actors how to get into voiceover in a easy way. I don't like to say like fast paced or fast track because
Mm.
that's nasty, but I will help you do it in a little bit more easier way, especially if you already have an agent. Some of that stuff is just getting a home studio. But yeah, if you just search up my Instagram at Tabetha Mcneal, real easy. It'll just be in my link tree, and it's just $40 for the hour. We go over anything. So if you want to learn more about audio engineering or even just help on an audition and you want to, kind of warm up your voice, I help with all of that. So whatever you need, I'm there. And that and my people book. A good friend of mine, she took my class, and then I think a month or two later, she booked her first audiobook. So my people book because I help them strengthen, themselves individually.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about. Now you already shared so much with us, but are there any other gems you want to share with the audience to help them in their career as well too? Now, what do you tell yourself that has helped you over the years that you can share with others?
Ooh, have a really good tribe of people with you. I know
Mm,
everyone says that, but like your friendships and the people that you are cultivating with right now are so important, especially as an actor, because, we go through ups and downs. There are periods of times where we're not booking. There are periods of times where we're booking nonstop, and you need to have the right people around you that are going to be like, hey, I'm here with you whether you book or not. I think sometimes as actors, we can get a little like cliquish. It's kind of like we booked our first couple of co-stars and now we're telling other actors that they're trash. But we want to have people that can really say no. Like, say if I did get an offer for Marvel and they're like, Tabitha, you shouldn't do that. Or maybe that you should. I want to have people around me that can hold me accountable. I want people around me that if it does get to the place where I see myself being at, that they're going to be right there with me, and it's not going to be no issues. It's not going to be jealousy. It's not going to be weird vibes or whatever. So your tribe is super important. Another, I guess, little gem is study with the right people. That's all. People scam you and they just want your money. But really, study with the right people. If you want to be great, study where the great studied at. Yeah, it's gonna, maybe eating ramen noodles for a couple of months. But study where the greats are, and know just having like a really, really humble aura about yourself, being really, truly humble. One of my quotes that I love from Denzel is like, know where this gift comes from, right? Whether you are religious or not, but like, know where this gift comes from. And we are graced and blessed enough to have this gift to touch other people in a way that no one else can, right? Doctors can heal people, therapists can listen, but I think actors, we are a mixture of so many things that we don't even have the degrees for. Right? Like, we're on Grey's Anatomy, doing open heart surgery.
Yes.
Yet this is touching someone somewhere where they had a bad day, whatever situation they're in. We touch them in a way we can actually change, their minds about something or influence them to do something. So yeah, know where the gift come from, because it could be taken away if you, a little too much. But yeah, try to stay humble, because that's how I try to be. I know some of the great like accolades that I have or things that I've done, but I'm like, yeah, it's nothing compared to like what's about to come. Because someone literally had to like nail that into me, because I thought a lot of this stuff was like inadequate, right? Like, don't be sad about the small winnings. They're huge. Somebody is like, I want to be like you. I want to have the journey that you have. So, really be grateful for all the little things. It's coming. This is why I think I'm so afraid, because lately I've been getting like interview after interview, agents and all this stuff. And it's like, what's happening? And so now I just have to be like, in the presence of like, all right, cool. God, whatever you have, obviously it's huge. And maybe that's why I'm doing all of these things. So having a great tribe, study with great people, and just remain humble and grateful for the gift that God has given you.
Amen. Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Tabetha. And tell the audience again where we can follow you and find you at again.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Tabetha Mcneal, TabethaMcneal, literally everywhere. That's where you can also find my coaching and my link tree, and just follow my journey. This may be the last time y'all talk to me before I'm a series regular. So we never know.
Man,
yeah.
Right? You said manifestation. So hey, it's like it's you and quite a handful of others that I know for a fact. I'm like, yeah, they got it. And I'm just looking forward to cheer you on everything. So yeah, most definitely.
And same to you, friend. Like, you are so talented. And I'm so excited to get to see and kind of be a part of your journey too.
Man, why y'all trying to make people cry today? Man,
No problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tabetha Mcneal. Y'all follow her. Be on the lookout for her, because she on the rise.
Aww.